This is Lama Tantrapa. Welcome to the Secrets of Qigong Masters, the talk show brought to you by Academy of Qidao, the first and only school in the world offering professional education in Tai Chi and Qigong coaching. To find out about the programs offered by Academy of Qidao and to learn how you too can become a certified Tai Chi or Qigong coach, please visit qigongcoaching.com. This show is also brought to you by Mastery Magazine, sponsoring the series of interviews with the top experts in Qigong in North America. To enjoy watching the video interviews with them, please go to qigongmasters.com. Today, I'm honored to introduce to you David-Dorian Ross, 8 times gold medalist champion in Tai Chi in the United States, as well as several silver and bronze medal winner in the World Championships. The creator of Tai Chi Fit and a well-known promoter of the energy arts and the internal martial arts in America. Welcome to our show.
Thanks, Lama. Nice to be here. Thanks for the invitation.
It's really great to know that you are doing some amazing work, both promoting and educating people, and also creating some really novel programs that many people would benefit from, and obviously already many people benefited from. How many people have attended your Tai Chi Fit program so far?
It's hard to assess, worldwide, because we have instructors all over the world who are teaching classes every day. We have instructors really ranging from Australia, to the west of me, to I think we have people in Greece, and we're just signing up a new instructor in Turkey. I don't know that they talk to each other, but that far across the globe right now. We have a student who comes to my class every day, who's in Taiwan, who's in Taipei. So it's kind of hard to assess how many people are taking classes that have been affected. In my class that I teach, in the daily class, we're putting about 2,000 people a month through the classes, and we do classes every day. So
well, they probably know.
It's a handful.
They probably know how many people are paying for the classes. So that's
enough to keep the lights on.
Yeah, that's crucial. And also, it's fantastic that you do that in a format that allows people to experience the benefits of Tai Chi worldwide. In other words, you are doing it in form of a video streaming class, which is something novel. I've tried doing that for some time, and back then technology was still pretty sluggish, so the video was choppy, and people would often complain about the quality of the product. How is it coming along for you now?
You might remember I tried to do the first worldwide webcast of World Tai Chi Day back in 2010.
Right.
And that was, we literally launched like the same month that the iPhone 1 came out. And so nobody really had the technology to stream, and I had a cameraman up at the Qigong conference in San Francisco on that day. He was lugging around this big camera, and it broke down. It just really the technology has not caught up to the concept at that time. But just last year in 2014, we found that finally there were some companies that really had nailed down compression rates and the ability to stream multiple camera feeds and everything. So and we get a beautiful product. We don't drop anybody, and we can handle a lot of people. We can handle 50 camera feeds at once, and we can handle a whole lot more participants who just can't turn their cameras on. So we have the capability of putting 1,000 people into a class, and maybe one day we will. Maybe World Tai Chi Day, we'll have 1,000 people in our class.
That's fantastic. Let me ask you a little bit about the program itself. What is it that you offer in that program, and what do people learn? I understand that there is.
So Tai Chi Fit always has been. It's an evolution of a concept that I've been working with my entire career. So my entire career has really been around how do I successfully share Tai Chi in a way that people can fall in love with it the way that I fell in love with it. So, classical Tai, and I'm a student of classical Tai Chi Chuan. I've been to China multiple times. I've studied with, very traditional teachers. I still study with a very traditional teacher. And I also know that the one thing that classical Tai Chi does poorly is attract new students. Right? For every 10 people, it's like you get a bunch of Tai Chi teachers in the same room, and they all bitch about the same thing. It's like, I started out with 100 students, now I have 2 left. It's the same story.
The issue of attraction, it's an issue of attrition.
And that attrition sometimes is set in motion in the first class, experience. Because if you talk to people who exit their first Tai Chi class, they're like, wow, that was really interesting. Kind of different than I thought it was. Yeah, I learned a lot. The teacher seemed really nice. Will you go back? No, I don't think so. I can't remember what we did. It was a little bit complicated. I'm not sure what these other people are getting out of it. So that's the typical reaction. Trust me, I get into lots of conversations with my colleagues about how much of that reaction is really taking place. But here's the thing. If we were more successful at attracting than keeping students, we'd have 20 million people doing Tai Chi in America. Right now, the stats are around 2 million. That means for every 100 people that could be doing Tai Chi, 1 is still doing it.
Well, and it's also interesting that when people engage in the Tai Chi studies, they often have certain expectations or assumptions. They think they know what they're going to be learning.
Right.
Often what they end up learning is something radically different. And it also perhaps is the case with Tai Chi Fit classes because people don't know what to expect.
So I tell them, it's a very important point. So when people come to class on the first day, here's what I tell them. Today, you do not have to learn anything. Today, you do not have to remember anything. You don't have to do anything the way that I do it or anybody else in the class does it. I don't care. That is my mantra. And so people have, the first thing that they are told, about expectations in this class is that there are no expectations.
Well, they sign up for the class hoping to experience something. Right, so there is some kind of at least unconscious or subconscious expectations set in motion. It's
very uninformed. I mean, this is the thing about, the people who are informed and educated about Tai Chi, perhaps they've taken a Tai Chi class in the past and are coming back to it, or perhaps they've come from another martial arts background or something. People who have that kind of a background, they don't need my class. They may like it, but they don't need it. They have a clear and more educated sense of expectations. But there's the majority of the people whose expectations are formed around a very sort of murky understanding or context of what Tai Chi is. And so even if they have what you might be calling expectations when they walk into a classroom, they couldn't nail down even why they have those particular expectations. I don't know, I saw a Nike commercial, it looked cool, I think I'll do it. My doctor says I ought to try it.
Well, and also perhaps there is a certain degree of expectation about getting better fitness, attaining greater fitness, because the name of the class is Tai Chi Fit. So there is a certain idea probably associated with that. And on the other hand, there is also a certain idea that has something to do with Tai Chi.
Well, definitely. I mean, we did that deliberately, from a branding point of view. So everything that we do, while we make it very clear that this is not traditional Tai Chi Chuan, it's not supposed to be Tai Chi Chuan, it's not supposed to take the place of Tai Chi Chuan, right? We make it very clear. Nevertheless, its roots are in Tai Chi Chuan.
So it's a
That's
fitness.
my background. The training that my instructors go through requires them to take ongoing classes in Tai Chi Chuan. And we also, this is actually something that is changed since we started, but we anticipated that the venue where we would be naturally finding a home was in Western fitness places, LA Fitness and Gold's Gym and places like that. And so we tailored our program to attract fitness instructors and people who would make that a natural sort of bridge into those venues, because that's where people go to hang out and do body stuff, right? What we found, however, was that is not particularly our strongest venue. I mean, it still is in some way, but people come because it's not about fitness. Not about fitness for the most people who try this out. They love the fact that they get more fitness out of it, but that's not their original calling.
So which venue ended up being the most in resonance?
The most successful thing we've done is our online program. I mean, without question. And I think this is a sign of the times. So we were still doing kind of old thing that we had to have a venue. We had to have a place where people were going to congregate to hold a class. And there's, looking in hindsight, it's like very obvious, but there's a hell of a lot more people who just like are randomly in a variety of places, at work, at home, on the road, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. It's like, I want to be able to take a class wherever I'm at.
Hopefully they're not doing it on the road.
I know, seriously. I have one student who sometimes shows up and she's in the car and she's got her cell phone on. I'm like, do not cheat and drive.
Yes.
Pull over. But she'll tune in, because she knows class is going to start, and then she pulls over and gets out of the car.
Oh, that's hilarious. Doing the fit on the side of the road.
Because that's the other thing now, with mobile, you could literally take your class. There's no more, and here's the other thing. So that also creates, there's no more excuses. Like, nobody can say, I can't make it to class today because I'm in the airport. I'm like, I don't care. I do it in the airport. Just pull out your cell phone.
That's right. I've done some Tai Chi in airports. Almost got arrested. How about your own journeys? I know that a year ago, so you were traveling a great deal all over the United States. I couldn't catch you to schedule an interview. And I wonder if you still keep traveling as intensely.
This is also one of the benefits of doing our online program. So in 2013, I was on the road 40 weeks out of the year, 40 weekends. I was traveling someplace with, doing teacher trainings and doing seminars and whatnot. Last year, 2014, I think we were down to like 10 or 11, which is a huge difference. I have 2 grade school age kids, and I also have a granddaughter that I want to be able to spend more time with. And so thank you. I mean, that's really what this is all for. I
wonder if you found that it was helpful that you spent the year 2013 traveling so much, because it kind of developed the momentum, or it was not really that so.
Absolutely. And looking backwards and trying to second guess things is really not always a very fruitful endeavor. I try to live in the now. I think that every weekend that I was gone, I was split between I really wish I was home with my family, but also I'm like having a great time and I'm meeting amazing people and we're touching lives and all that kind of stuff. That was great. And I think that the technology was premature, so we couldn't have really done what we're doing now in 2013. So it has its own perfection that it wound up the way it did. And I don't regret. I want to make sure I'm clear. I don't regret 1 minute of being with all the people that I met, in my travels on that year. Some of them have become really amazing members of our current community, and that was where we met them initially, was during those travels.
I remember that a couple of years ago you were also making announcements about starting a joint venture with the well-known movie actor Jet Li. How is that?
It depends on who you ask. We had a great time. I went to Beijing, and Jet asked me to be the face of his online training program. So he worked with some of the top Tai Chi masters in China, specifically Wang Zhanhai, who is one of the 4 warriors of the Chen family, the Chen style. And Master Wang put together a routine which is specifically non-style specific. It's not particularly Chen style nor Yang style or anything. It's just about Tai Chi basics, right? Covering the Bafa, the 8 techniques, and the Wu Bu, the 5 steps. And so I went to Beijing and was the main instructor because I could speak English and I'm good on camera and all that kind of stuff. And we came back and they launched the online academy. And it was gathering lots of followers and everything. It's it was probably one of the highest quality productions ever done. Another reason why they asked me to come is because I've done so much video, and so I really had a lot of tips and tricks up my sleeve, and we came and we did some new camera angle work and stuff. And in fact, we had some people from the Chinese Wushu Federation come to the set, and they were like, "This is the most innovative and progressive stuff that's ever been done in China in terms of filming Tai Chi." So that was awesome.
What was innovative about it? What were the tricks of the trade, so to speak, that you introduced that they didn't know?
I'm telling you, that's the $1,000 interview. No, it has to do with like what's the point of view. So it's not a secret if you watch any of my videos, you just figure it out, right? So there is in filming a point of view where you place the cameras and you take a look at the cameras, and then what's the viewing experience going to be. 90%, 95% of all Tai Chi videos that have been made in the past, including the ones I made, right, in many occasions, but are still being made, that's the thing that I shake my head about, from a front angle point of view, like somebody's on stage and you're back here watching it. The unfortunate thing about that is that a video viewer gets completely lost in that kind of point of view. Right? So you have to figure out what are the points of view that actually work for someone watching a program to be able to follow. How many screens are you using simultaneously, and when and where do you change the point of view to get the maximum out of the movement you are instructing at that moment.
I see.
Right? And so those are some of the things that I taught them.
And I also wonder if that program or that business that you got yourself into with Jet Li is still around, and if so, how?
Jet got busy. I mean, like, you think I'm busy. I'm nowhere near the schedule that Jet does. So they got busy, and he made an executive decision that he could not do quality, continuously having the online academy at that time. So they pulled it off the air, I think, about a year ago-ish. But they're working on bringing it back. I can't say much more about that because we've got some things that are in negotiation right now, but cross your fingers that you'll hear some good news this year about the Academy, and honestly, Lama, I wish I could tell you more, but right now that's all I can say.
Okay. And what I would also be curious about is how your business is doing. I understand that many Tai Chi and Qigong teachers really seem to be kind of getting slowly behind the ball, that it's not okay to just teach for free all the time, because we can't afford paying our own bills. So a year ago, I organized the Summit of Qigong Masters dedicated to abundance. And I wonder if you can share with us a little bit about what you are doing in that respect.
Oh, I'm all for abundance. I'm a big supporter of abundance. I have been very blessed in my career, very blessed. I don't know, I have no statistics, I don't know. I think it could be fair to say in some respects that I'm the most successful Tai Chi teacher in the U.S. in regards to the fact that I've done more television programs, I've done more video that has been seen by more people. I've had the ability to support myself and my family teaching Tai Chi, and now in my older age, it's getting even easier. I think that there are a lot of teachers who do so many things better than I do. So many things. In terms of content creation, for example, Dr. Yang Ming, it just blows people out of the water with how much he creates in the medium that he creates. There are masterful, Tai Chi stylists like Ren Guanyi, for example. There are great writers like Violet Lee. I mean, there's all kinds of people who do things better than I do. Arthur Rosenfeld, who is a great writer. I love the way he writes. So in terms of what they do. But I have always believed that you could make Tai Chi a business, that even in the days when I wasn't really keeping the lights on, I felt like I'm going to dedicate myself to trying to support myself through Tai Chi rather than have it be a side job.
Right.
I think that one of the things I say a bit tongue-in-cheek, but really like a bit seriously, is I want to create. I want to help create. I'm not going to create them, but I'm going to help create more Tai Chi millionaires. Right? Because we have people in other aspects of careers. We have a lot of fitness millionaires. We've got even yoga millionaires. I'm like, where's all the Tai Chi millionaires? Where's the Qigong millionaires?
Exactly.
Right? So I would like to see that happen. I'd like to be able to have this be in our culture, that it is a legitimate career, that people could live the American dream, if you will, and be as successful as any other kind of endeavor. I'll tell you what kills me is so oftentimes, now that we're, living on the internet and everything, it's just like people just throw up, what they think for everybody to see, is how many people don't understand that this is a very noble calling. And you should be able to support yourself with this. I get a lot of people emailing me all the time. It's like, I want to stay teaching Tai Chi, but I know a guy who had to leave his country because he could not support himself teaching Tai Chi.
Well, I've known many people who had to get a second or third job because they couldn't support themselves teaching Tai Chi or Qigong, for that matter. Right. And what happens is that I really believe that people are afraid of turning Tai Chi or Qigong practice into a full-time career because they actually have some subconscious lack of value that they believe they're offering. So in other words, they don't really trust that what they're offering is of such high value that people will want to pay for that. Now,
so two things about that. That is often an issue that needs other kinds of coaching or therapy or spiritual development, and that's not what I do with people specifically.
I remember you at some point started some type of coaching.
Well, I've quickly figured out that I'm not a coach. It's what I am is a Tai Chi teacher with a strong sense of philosophy. So I believe in the Tai Chi lifestyle. But everything that I do really comes back to very traditional principles. So when I do the coaching, everything's based on what we learn traditionally in Tai Chi. What are the principles of harmony? And the great thing about that is that I don't have to say much, and I don't know, so please don't take this the wrong way because I don't really know your program, but I've studied many kinds of coaching programs, and they are typically, not universally, obviously, but typically coaching from the neck up. Forget about the body, and not only do they forget about the fact that their body is there, but they forget that the ability to hold on to the lessons that you learn in your coaching process have to be practiced, have to be rehearsed. Without rehearsal, they're gone between now and the next session.
Exactly. That's exactly one of the main reasons why I started this whole profession of Tai Chi coaching. It's the type of coaching that is dedicated to embodiment of principles you recognize are of high value, you resonate with, you want to hold further in your life, and how are you going to do it? You're going to walk the talk. Well, you need to learn how to move in a way that is an embodiment of your consciousness. So you're not just talking the talk, not just thinking about it, actually embodying the principles allows you to walk the talk.
Exactly.
And I wonder, you can share with us a little bit about details of your program, how long it is, how much it costs, and
you're talking about my instructor training program?
well, I assume that's the program that you're offering to people with the thousands of.
Well, the people who are coming to my classes, so I give, the class I teach like 4 or 5 times a day are free, right? We give classes away. People can come to our classes every day, just because, for one thing, because we can, and number two, because it's I think the world needs more Tai Chi, man. It's like, I'm not going to create another barrier for people to. So we do 20 minutes of movement and 5 minutes of inspiration, and then people can, go off to work or school or get back to it or whatever. Then we also have other classes which are longer length that people pay, just like they go to a Tai Chi school and take a class, or a yoga school and do a workout or whatever. And then we have our seminars that people sign up for, and there's a fee for those. And that's all separate. We have 3 aspects here. One is our daily classes that people just participate in because they like it. Those are often free. The second one is that I still teach traditional Tai Chi. So I have a Tai Chi academy that is also done online, and I have students from Germany and Sweden, South America, Australia. We just had a guy sign up from Australia, Canada. So people are coming from all over the world to take those classes. Mm-hmm. And of course, all over the U.S. Now that's not free. They pay a monthly tuition for that, just like they would anywhere else. And then we have our instructor training program. So that's the third leg of what we do.
And the instructor program is also done online?
We do it primarily online because the universe is showing us that that's how it wants to be done, more or less. Now, I still travel, but much, much less. So if 3 or 4 times a year, I'll go to a physical location. Last one I did, for example, was in December. I was in Toronto, and we did a live training in Toronto. Yeah. We'll be going to Denver. Denver is one of our hub cities, and so I go to Denver at least a couple of times a year to do it there.
You mentioned that you have an instructor from Portland, and I know you were in Portland last year or a year before teaching a seminar.
I'm always going to be coming back to Portland. I was born in Portland. Portland's my home city, so it calls me back, often. I've got friends still who live there and whatnot.
Well, do you have any plans on being here?
We don't have anything official. If I shoot into town sometime on the sly, I try to stay really, on the DL until I'm ready to say, hey, I'm here, and then we put out an announcement about it. But right now, nothing right now.
I see. Well, and what else do you have, Pike, so to speak? Any plans for this year?
Well, gosh, this is going to be a really exciting year. Like I said, it's possible we may do something new with Jet. It's possible we may do another Great Courses program. We just did one, we filmed one last year. It came out at Christmas time, and it's just been going gangbusters. I heard unofficially that it's like the best-selling program they've ever done at Great Courses. Don't put that into print until I can get an official word, but it's just been doing very, very well, and so we might do another one. Ourselves inside Tai Chi Fit business, we expanded from 1 annual retreat to 2 annual retreats. So we do one in Arizona in the fall, and now we're going to add one in Virginia in the spring. And the one in Virginia is going to be more traditional stuff, and the one in Arizona is going to be more of the Tai Chi Fit stuff. But they bleed into each other. Because I'm even listening to myself, like all this stuff. Like, and here's the thing. I don't really care about stuff. I don't care about doing another video or another business or whatever. Here's what I am really excited about and that I want to spend more time with, and that's the people involved. This is actually a fairly new revelation to me, or a reminder, something. It's like it's hitting my brain in a different way. For 35 years, I have been thinking of myself as one point within sort of a one-way stream of content, you know, from my teachers and their teachers and all the way to the, you know, the Crab Nebula, whatever, all the way to my students. And one of the things that I do well is I translate and interpret and make mainstream. And so that's, you know, I've always thought of myself as sort of being that, and then here's the end consumer out there. But this last year, working with all of the people that I've been working with, it's now completely different. It's not about the content or the material, and it's certainly not about me. It is about the community of people that are coming together. People who, you know, I say we do this class online every day. It's not a freaking class. It's a community meeting. It's a town hall. People come together and they come in early. They want to stay late. They talk about health and family and issues. Then we do some movement. Then we do some philosophy. Then we talk a little bit more. I mean, that's really exciting. And we have people from every ethnicity, every country of origin, every gender, every age group. Like I posted this something on Facebook the other day. It's like, here's how one reason why I think Tai Chi can heal the planet is Tai Chi brings people together. That's what I'm up for this coming year. That's what we're really, is growing the community.
Are you participating in the World Tai Chi and Qigong Day?
I don't know. You know, and it hasn't got anything to do with not wanting to support it. I love Bill, and I love the fact that he had created that and how it's grown. I think it's just blows my mind how amazing that is. My only caveat is just managing my time. You know, it's just like what I actually have time to commit to in the coming year, and I hate to commit to stuff and then not follow through. That kills me when I do that. Like I just won't do it. I just won't commit.
Right. Well, fantastic. And what would you recommend to our viewers and listeners who would like to learn more about your program? Where can they find out, and also how they can register?
Thank you for asking. I'll slip you that $20 later. You know, the class, like I say, are free, and we have really easy for people to take the class. We've got lots of room for people to take the class. You can go to my website, David-Dorian-Ross.com, all one word, all strung together. And just on the front of the website, it says "Book Now," and there's even about to be a little video on there. We'll kind of walk you through all the steps about how to set up your account. Log in daily and take the class. We do stuff at 3 a.m. West Coast time, so 6 a.m. East Coast time, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and then 5 p.m. West Coast time. So I get up at stupid o'clock every morning to teach class.
Do you record those?
They are recorded. Yes, they are. And so you could go to our YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel is the Go With The Flow Show.
That's my line.
That was all we could register. I'll have to give it to you so you can print it up. But you can go on there, and we record every day, and we put up a highlights video plus a full-length workout. So if people miss the class, they can just go on YouTube and get a free class out of that.
This is definitely a prime example of how a Tai Chi teacher is giving away a lot of stuff for free.
I think I know too damn much. Like there's 35 years of stuff packed in there. By the way, I say I know too much. There is 100 times more stuff that I don't know. That's why I still work out with a teacher, because I'm still learning. I'm just a student. I'm a poor, humble student. That's all I am. But I have to make room. So I give all this stuff away for free because I think that we can. You know, here's the thing: the value of Tai Chi lessons, and because people ask me all the time, you know, don't you think you're taking things away from other Tai Chi teachers by giving stuff away for free? I'm like, you guys got to get what people pay for. People, your students, that's what I mean, are not paying for Tai Chi. Like if you think that people are paying you for the Tai Chi, then you don't understand business. You don't understand commerce. You don't understand human nature. People don't give a shit about Tai Chi. right? At the end of the day, they care about you. You know, so the value of the Tai Chi lesson, because people aren't stupid, they can go on YouTube right now without me and get 1,000,000 hours of Tai Chi instruction of every stripe and style, right? There are thousands of books on Tai Chi that you could come with. So it's not that there's a lack of Tai Chi information out there right now. So why would anybody come to a class in the first place? It's because they want to relate to you, the teacher. Like, you're the magic in the soup, man. You know, and so that's what you cannot replace online or on YouTube or in a book or whatever. And that's what your value is. And that's why I say there should be more Tai Chi millionaires, because I know people are worth a lot.
Absolutely. And this is something that I'm also putting out to the Tai Chi and Qigong community all the time. For example, now I'm starting the new version of Qigong Mastermind. And perhaps it would be a good idea to create a Tai Chi Mastermind group, for that matter. And
I think that a lot of people could use it.
And this would be a fantastic opportunity for Tai Chi and Qigong teachers and instructors to step up to the next level, collaborate with each other, to learn from people like you who can share some secrets of the trade from the trenches, so to speak.
You just give me the call, I'll be there. But right now I have to go pick up my children.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure to talk to you.
It's my honor. I really appreciate the invitation. I think you're doing awesome work, and just keep it up, man. Keep sharing.
Let me remind our viewers and listeners that you are watching and listening to the interview with David-Dorian Ross on the Secrets Masters Talk Show, brought to you by Academy of Qigong. First and only school in the world offering professional education in Tai Chi and Qigong coaching. You go to qigongcoaching.com to learn about the programs that Academy of Qigong offers and to find out how you too can become a certified Tai Chi or Qigong coach. The show is also brought to you by Master Magazine, sponsoring the Master of the Month series, interviewing some of the top experts in Qigong in North America. Please go to qigongmasters.com to enjoy watching these interviews.